say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
The week is starting off right. Monday night, and 2K Sports presents the NBA. With Doris Burr, Greg Anthony, and Hall of Famer David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. And our special guest at the broadcast table for this one, the celebrated Shams Charania. Hey, Shams, thanks so much for joining us tonight. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Kevin, thanks so much. Always fun to hang out with you and all your crew and talk basketball.
All right, I've told Doris and Greg and David, just buckle up because we are going to be on a great ride with you. On Monday, and then on Monday. Now the starting group for the visitors. We've got Chambers, and it's Blakeney in at the foreship. Inside. Second shot opportunity. Rebounded by Blakeney. Here's Chambers. 18 feet away, and he knocks it down.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
Iverson covering. Off with the layup. About 1 minute into the first quarter. Here's Blakeney. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Chambers. And no good that time. Gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. You communicate so much with NBA GMs. You talk with owners. You talk with personnel people. Knowing what they do, what is an overlooked part of how they operate their day-to-day jobs with these NBA teams?
A few things for me, Kevin. It is the relationships with agents, with other teams. Are they trusted? Do they have the trust of others? That is of importance, certainly. And how well connected are they within the organization? How are they building their own front offices in their own buildings? But their thirst for information, their ability to use information to strategize, that is something that occurs every single day. Because if you know something is happening with a specific team, that could shape how you want to strategize your team moving forward.
Into the lane. Iverson grabs the board. Gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Nothing that time. He's 0 for 2.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 fall.
We have all these great foreign players. Maybe 3 of the top 5 players in the NBA are all foreign players, right? And so much was made of Anthony Edwards. Here's a 22-year-old American player who has maybe the charisma, the game, the everything you could package. It could be our next great player. Is there ever talk around the league about why are European players being so dominant? Where are the great young American players to compete against this great influx of international players?
The grassroots programs, you have to look at what happens abroad and in the States. You have to give a lot of credit to the way that they develop players over in Europe, in any of those regions. They do a great job, and those players are hungry, they're driven, they're passionate. They're trying to get here to the States and play basketball at the highest level in the NBA. And you see at the amateur level, there can be a lot of fluidity, there can be a lot of influx, and players are given so much so soon in America. So to be able to have that chip on your shoulder, to have the passion, and to exude the confidence that Anthony Edwards has, the younger generation of players definitely have someone in Anthony Edwards to look up to.
Checked in for Chambers. Shams, with as often as you've interacted with front offices all over the NBA, have you noticed any changes with how franchises operate with both the players and the media and that relationship and where it may be headed?
Everything has to be more specialized now in the organizations, but you're seeing true partnerships develop with teams and their players, especially their top players. Teams have to pay more attention now to data, to metrics than ever before. And the relationship between your top players in the organization, that is very, very important. And the teams that do a good job of managing relationships, of managing expectations, that is clearly what separates the elite teams with the bottom teams. And certainly players in today's generation are very, very polished when it comes to the media.
Oh, you framed that so well. Rebound by Smith.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
Well, the latest CBA introducing the second apron, limiting Shams what teams above the cap can do. How does that new rule affect teams?
Decision makers tell me that they're very much keeping an eye on the second apron, not only of their team, but others, and teams that will have to shed salary because of the second apron and the amount of big contracts we're going to see teams give to players. You're going to see it at the top, but that may dwindle in the middle of their roster. But we will see a more competitive league because of these new CBA changes, and less of a chance of super teams, and just more parity and dispersed talent.
Do you constantly read over some of these CBA agreements? I would assume that you do, to have a full understanding of terms like the apron, like we just talked about, or all the other things, the luxury tax, all the things that make deals possible.
It's one thing to have luxury tax, it's a whole nother animal now to have the second apron, and that certainly for teams that are deep in the second apron, that limits their ability to go make major trades, to be able to sign players for more than the minimum, and we're seeing that happen to at least one or two teams around the league right now. So how will that impact things? But certainly the CBA being 50, 60, 70 pages, that's something you pour through before every calendar year.
It is just fascinating. Now here is Smith. Nothing on the board. The shot and game clock separated by 4. No good on that one.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chipping.
The shot goes down and it gets his game back to even.
Listen, he hits that shot on a regular basis. Give credit to the offense for getting him a clean look.
First quarter wrapping up here, and it's a tie ball game. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. Guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
You know, I like the confidence that they've shown here early on.
They're working together so well, and there's a level of certainty that comes from trusting one another.
And here's Cunningham. So Shams, when the league brought in that 65 game played rule, it sure seemed to motivate players to suit up.
Those awards aren't just about prestige, Kevin. They're about cold, hard cash. And every summer, we're going to see records set for the biggest contract in NBA history. Every summer that goes by, and that certainly has an effect on players wanting to play and players being in the lineup. Now with the 65 games played rule, there is an incentive for all NBA team and different accolades.
Yes, well said. Hart is out there with Cunningham. Then there's Bradley. Oh!
My goodness.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. And that last look brought to you by the AT&T 5G Slam King. Now, here's Trent. To the inside. Here's Joseph. Rebound by Smith. Smith's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Bradley deciding where to go with it. It's Bradley on the wing. Smith outside. 4 on the clock. Over in the corner, Cunningham. Over Trent. Cunningham's shot is off. Shams, you've been around the NBA for a long time now. Which players do you enjoy watching the most?
Greatness, especially the guys that are regarded among the greatest of all time, like LeBron James, like Stephen Curry, like Kevin Durant. You have to throw those in there. But this is a new era, a new crop. The Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Nikola Jokic, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Have to throw Luka Doncic in there. You have Donovan Mitchell, you have Paolo Banchero, you have Tyrese Halliburton, you have Joel Embiid, you have Tyrese Maxey, Jimmy Butler, you have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Anthony Edwards, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Devin Booker, Zion Williamson, Anthony Davis, De'Aaron Fox, Victor Wembanyama. So let's not have anyone here left out.
All right, they're all fun to watch. And so it's Rick Carlisle here calling timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Shams, I know you're connected throughout the NBA into a lot of front offices, but have you ever thought about maybe shifting gears a little bit and working for a team?
There is always intrigue into something like that, Kevin, but I've seen how tough the environment can be, and honestly, it is really much more fun to be talking to you on this side of the media world and the media equation of the NBA. But listen, there's always intrigue with the front office.
And a lot of opportunities. I know you're looked at, but thank you for your honesty in that one. Joseph with a screen on Chambers. 9 feet out. Rebounded by Blakeney. Gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Out to the right wing. Smith the pass to Chambers. Shot from 12. The shot, no good. Gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Pass to Joseph. Ball left side. Outside, Joseph. From deep. Count it. His second make in 4 attempts.
His works well there. Not much resistance from the deep.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
And we got a timeout here called by Jordi Fernandez. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy. So both teams making some changes here. This break in the game gives us a chance to look at the teams with the most points off turnovers last season.
And they turned all those mistakes into points at the other end. That aggressive style really yielding big dividends.
Home team on D. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter. Pass to Hart. Puts up a 3. That shot is off target. That makes him 2 for 3. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. Gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter. 3 of 6. Johnson, the pass to Chambers. Johnson outside. There's the drive. Comes up empty down low.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
And Shams, what an absolute delight it has been having you courtside with all of us tonight. Thank you so much for taking time to join us. It has been a true pleasure.
Thanks so much for the invite. I can't wait to do it again sometime. I'm honored. I'm privileged.
Oh, we are going to hold you to that. Thank you again. Oh, wasn't that wonderful? Easy to see why Shams has so many sources around the game. He's so easy to talk to.
Yeah, it's all about relationships at the end of the day. When the conversations come easily, that suits his purpose as a reporter.
Switch.
From 20 feet out, he can't get it to go.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
You can't get that one. Gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter. Iverson covering. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Chambers. Here's Mamu Kelishvili. Shot clock at 6. Here's Iverson. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Just 4 seconds left to play here in the half. That shot, no good. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Up by 1. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
Their keys to the game have been opening all the doors. Just a high-caliber overall performance.
Yeah, the offense is rolling. You can tell they're having fun out there. I'm having fun just watching them.
And now, not a bad time to take a look at the schedule ahead.
Well, I think for the home team, I don't look at win-loss records at this point. I want to see improvement from game to game.
I wish fans saw it that way. Most of the time, it's about instant gratification. And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. The visitors with the ball. It's a one-point game. Inside, here's Iverson. Pass to Blakeney. Takes a 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Blakeney's got 5 points so far.
Well, if you offer no resistance defensively, he's going to knock down the 3. It's really that simple, guys.
They've got Iverson, and it's Mamu Kelishvili in at center. Starting off the second half, here's Jordy Fernandez's 5.
Well, you're trying to answer the 3, but you force up a shot that he would have been better off passing up.
Here's Blakeney. No good with the layup.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Greg, every year, injuries are a huge factor in shaping the title race. And I'm guessing that teams should probably put more of a premium on durability. What do you think?
Well, Kevin, I think all GMs take that into account. A team wants to be confident it'll have a stable roster over the course of a long season.
And so it's Rick Carlisle here calling timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Pass to Jeffries. They set the screen. Really left alone that time. He's got 6. Gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Here's Blakeney. Now here's Iverson. No good. Gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Off target at the rim.
All right, time now to pick it up. You're 1 for 4, and you certainly don't want to give your opponent momentum.
That shot misses. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
It's good on the putback.
Oh, big time putback there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Now here's Iverson. Pass to Blakeney. Here's Mamu Kelishvili. Just 5 on the clock. That shot, no good.
Well, this is the night you look at your teammates and tap them on the back and say, good job, because for him, he's been struggling all night.
Away team ball.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. In just 29% in this game, they are not a pretty sight out there offensively. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. And it's Iverson missing.
Boy, with his shot not falling right now, it might be time to look in a different direction. See if you can get your teammates started.
Pass to right. Here is Jeffries. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. Here's Blakeney, guarded by Wright. Iverson, right side. 6 to shoot. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
Down low, here's Blakeney, and he goes in for the dunk. Well, something you never like to see, but guys, he definitely looks hurt.
And I'll tell you, this is something you never like to see.
No, obviously something that, every player fears. The NBA has made player safety a priority, but injuries continue to happen.
Number 20, Juwan. Number 20.
1:14 left in the third quarter of the game. In the corner, right with it. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
And the first one at the line is good. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
This is about the last guy you want to send to the stripe right now. They keep fouling him, and he keeps making them.
Cunningham against Morris. Now here's Cunningham. He's tightly guarded. Takes the 3. It's good from long range. Blakeney's got 10 points in the game.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
Morris outside. To the paint. Here's Pollard. The shot's good on the assist by Morris.
This is what we call highly efficient play. Working off the screen, getting to the cup.
Being 31%, not looking sharp offensively, to say the least. To the middle. Teardrop shot. Can't capitalize inside. Gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. No one near him. That one misses.
Well, the defense flat out awful right there, and he couldn't punish them for their mistake.
3 quarters of play in a close game here. Leading by 3. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And let's listen to head coach Rick Carlisle review the game plan with his guys.
Hold your ground. Hold your ground. Your job is just to stay in front of this guy. Don't blow by.
Now preaching strong defense there, GA.
I mean, basic fundamentals. He doesn't want to see anyone on his team get burned on that end.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Smith is out there with Bradley. And there's Chambers. Then it's AI. Joseph with the rebound.
Well, this has not been his finest hour, but give your teammates some credit for doing the job of stepping in.
A quick shot there, and it's off target.
He's so frustrated. Hasn't had a make all game. It's making it very difficult for them to find any success.
And the basket by Chambers.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Pass to Pollard. Here's Joseph, guarded by Bradley. Launches a 3. A 3-pointer is right on target.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
This is a player who understands when the game is hanging in the balance. He knows it's winning time.
Now, here's Hart. Pass to Smith. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Chambers. Smith dishes to Bradley. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Joseph with a screen on Chambers. And it's Bradley with the rebound. Gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Smith the pass to Hart. Smith sets the pick for Hart. Back to Smith.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
First personal foul, first team foul. At the line for the away team, Smith taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Smith. That misses, so he splits the free throws. And it's time for an injury report.
And from what he can tell, he said it doesn't appear to be a terrible injury. Right in the heart of the season. This is when injuries start to mount. You're going to have to adjust. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. Hopefully everything works out for him.
Team foul. Coming onto the floor for the away team, number 54, Sandro Malamo.
Terribly up to this point, just 30%. Some ramshackle offense play there. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Down low, here's Iverson, and the dunk by Iverson.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Hey, Kevin, I heard Rick Carlisle during that last break talking with the team. Now, he wants his team to mix it up offensively. He said, we've been settling for too many threes. Don't be afraid to attack the rim. Challenge their defense. Let's see some variety out there. Kevin, back to you.
Okay, David, much appreciated. Here is Jeffries. And it goes out of bounds. That went off Joseph.
That's a perfect example of why good hands are important in basketball. It just misread that pass completely.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Pass to Blakeney. Right at the free throw line. He squares up and sinks it.
The assist, Blakeney.
Gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the one make. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
First personal foul, first team foul. At the line for your home team, Darrow. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Good on both.
Well, this is why you run your offense through him in important situations. You know he's going to deliver.
Pass to Chambers. Here's Mamu Kelishvili. We've got 1:48 left in the fourth. 5 to shoot. From deep, Iverson. Joseph with the rebound. 23% from the field. That's not going to get it done. Knocks down the 3 ball.
And he just seems to always deliver in the clutch. And he's got it going right now. That's who they want taking the big shot.
Pass to Iverson. With the fadeaway. The shot will not fall. Iverson's gone just 3 of 10 shooting from the field. To tie it up. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there. On 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Off target with this 3. In the fourth quarter, that put it down around 29%. Shot from 12. That one, no good. Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
There's 37 seconds left in the game. This is a huge possession.
And this is where all the hard work pays off. You have to be able to execute under pressure.
Now, here's Joseph. High post try. Doesn't get it to drop for him.
I'll tell you, this has not been his game, and he's making it worse with shot selection like that.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game out.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
Number 20, second personal foul, third team foul. Shooting for the away team. Number 20, taking 2 shots.
Shoot 2.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 4-point ball game.
That's what you call slamming the door. This one is over.
And so now a timeout called by Rick Carlisle. What do you think Coach's focus is going to be here?
Yeah, trying to get back in this thing, they need a score.
They need to score, and they need to do it quickly, but it is still possible here.
Three from the inbound. Rebounded by Chambers. And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
Personal foul, fourth team foul. At the line for the away team.
So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5. Second one is good, and both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game. Outside, Joseph launches it from deep. It's stolen. And so it's a victory for the road team in this one. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. And now, our player of the game.